Okay, so our first panel today is called Humanistic Theories of Data, and if maybe the frame for this panel was to kind of coming from the humanities, think about the roles and uses that we what we do with data and what that means. So the questions to be covered include things like how can scholarship of the arts and humanities expand our understanding of data and data science and its cultural significance? How should we understand data science as an epistemology? What ways of knowing are potentially suppressed by data science approaches? Also, does data science pose a threat to traditional practices and institutionalization or education of the traditional arts and humanities? So how does data science sort of alter and change those? And should there be a philosophy of data science? So we have 4 panelists. Our first panelist is Gabi Schatzin. Sorry, you can't see our panelists. They're the back of the heads at the front here. So Gabi's talk, Data and Pain, Misfitting an Ethnographic Turn in Data Studies. That's the title of his talk. So Gabi's an artist, educator, and researcher, and currently a PhD candidate in art history, theory, and criticism at UC San Diego. With a concentration on art practice. His dissertation project combines design history, disability studies, and the history of computing to trace the history of designed pain scales in the United States throughout the 20th century. Our second panelist is Tobin Chodos. His talk is called Solving and Dissolving Musical Affection, Thoughts on Musical Meaning in the Era of Automated Discovery. Tobin is a composer, pianist, and musicologist. His academic work focuses on efforts to systematize and codify the art of music. In that vein, he's published work on the rise of jazz pedagogy, the arrival of hip-hop in the college classroom, and most recently on the automated music recommendation industry. So think, Spotify, Pandora. Esme Murdoch from San Diego State University will be presenting a talk called We Are the Assets and Yet, the Impersonal Intimacy of Data Collection. Esme is an assistant professor in the Department of Philosophy at I'm used to saying UCSD, in the Department of Philosophy at San Diego State University. She works in areas of environmental philosophy and environmental ethics, and social and political philosophy with particular attention to environmental justice, philosophies of race and gender, and settler colonial theory. And then finally, our fourth panelist is Ethan Edwards. He's joining us from Nokia Bell Labs Experiments in Art and Technology. So he's one of our industry speakers. Actually, he's here as an industry representative / artist / art and technology researcher. So he's a researcher with the Experiments in Art and Technology program at Nokia Bell Labs. That's the same program that did 9 Evenings in New York back in the 60s. So this is an initiative which fuses art with engineering in humanizing technology. He works with scientists and artists to facilitate collaborations and build technologies crossing these domains of art and science. As a creative technologist, he has an MFA in sound art from Columbia University and has had his work featured in museums, galleries, and performances around the world. And finally, our moderator. So each panelist will give about a 15-minute talk. Our moderator is Amy Simony. She's a historian and performer of music from the 20th and 21st centuries. She's an assistant professor at UC San Diego. And broadly, she's interested in how performers, composers, and audiences practice and theorize listening as an expression of community, sociability, and political alliance, with special focus on improvisation, sound art, and installation practices. So I guess they're going to stay in the front row, but I'd like to invite Gabi up to give his talk, Data and Pain.